Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading. I'm Jennifer and thank you for joining me today. So if you haven't already subscribed, I do invite you to do so now. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your subscription and thanks for joining me again. So Sagittarius, this is for the 22nd to the 31st. I pulled and meditated on your cards for this week, and I am going to pull at the end of the reading an oracle card as well as a one-word message card, okay? So, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. So this is pure potential. This could be something that you are feeling right now. It's the overall energy. Perhaps this is an influence in your situation right now. And of course, it could also be something that you are moving toward. This cup overflowing here. Okay? And the aces represent pure potential. So, it also represents a new beginning. It's like the universe handing something to you. Now, it seems to me that perhaps some of you are coming out of a situation of feeling like you've been in the battle, right? Beaten up. This guy in this reading is actually looking at the past. So in the past, you have perhaps felt beaten up. You're ready to fight again if you need to. You're basically like on edge with whatever situation may have come before. And we have right next to that the Ten of Cups. So maybe some of you have been struggling to reach this place, right? This happy family place, this total fulfillment, this rainbow at the end of, you know, the seeing that, finally reaching that rainbow, that happy, fulfilled on every level type of an energy. And maybe you've been struggling to get there. This could have to do with someone from your past, because we have the Six of Cups right next to it. So for some of you, I get that maybe you're in a long-term relationship. Perhaps there was some arguing, but this is maybe a renewal of that love that you share deeply with each other. For others of you, if you are hoping to find this happy family in your near future, there could be somebody from your past returning. And it seems to me that you've made a decision, because at the end of the reading here, we have the outcome card, we have the Three of Wands. So perhaps by the end of this month, if you are trying to decide something, right? Because the Two of Wands that comes right before the Three of Wands talks about having to decide. This is saying you've made a decision. And you can see how like the two wands are sort of behind this figure here, and he's holding one. He's ready to set out onto a new path. Okay? So it's like you've gone through this decision-making time, and now you're coming out with your final decision, and you're going to move towards something. Something that is going to bring you this fulfillment. Okay? This decision that you're making is probably to move you toward this and this. Okay? Maybe you're deciding to move forward with someone from the past. Someone from the past returning. Maybe the past had been a little rocky. Maybe there were a lot of arguments. But perhaps you had to go through this period in order to have growth. Because nines are pretty much an end. Almost the completion, right? So you're coming to this completion. Because we have the 9 and then the 10 right next to it. And with the wands, all these little leaves growing, right? It's a lot of growth. So this card talks about learning your lessons. You've learned whatever you went through. You learned your lessons. There's a lot of growth that has come through for you with this new well, not new, but perhaps whatever you went through in the past, you learned a lot from it. Okay, you learned lessons. And yes, it is sometimes, of course, when we have to learn things and we have growth, it can feel like a battle sometimes, like the little seedling struggling to get up through the dirt, right? It's a battle. So we can see that the wand that you're holding here, and you're holding it here. Okay, so this is like recovery. You're recovering from this ending and you have a new beginning to come. And you still have your wand with you. Perhaps you chose a new wand, a new way forward. Maybe you have reconnected with someone in the past. Maybe things are going to start changing. Maybe you're going to feel like the fighting, the arguing is going to lessen. And you're weary. Perhaps you're weary of it. But here on the, coming up, we have that ending. So that whatever that is that you've been battling, it should be coming to an end. And there is, happiness and fulfillment in sight. And a new beginning, a new path to travel on, a new way perhaps of seeing the world, of moving in the world, of directing your energy into the world. Perhaps you're coming from a different place after coming through all of this. You're coming from a place that is more, I want to say colorful, right? Because after you come out of these battles and all this growth happens, yes, the colors become brighter. The way you see the world changes. And maybe you're seeing somebody differently from your past. Maybe you're starting to see something differently. And this is a promise of a new beginning, really. It's coming out of this decision time. You've made a decision, and you're going to move forward on it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one oracle card from the Ted Andrew Nature Speak Oracle for further insight or guidance for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Can you give us further messages or guidance here to go with this reading, or any messages or guidance that Sagittarius needs to hear for this last 10 days of January? Okay, I have the card to come. Okay. So, we got ice and frost, static conditions. So this could be talking about the winter, because we are in winter right now. So perhaps whatever this is, this decision you made, this person that's coming back from your past, perhaps this is going to be happening for you during the winter time. Now, let's just see what the card has to say. Okay. Things and events truly are frozen or becoming frozen around you. It will be temporary, but it will still be hazardous to venture into new areas at this time. If you try to overstep in any area of your life right now, you will find yourself slipping, sliding, and probably landing on your behind. Be patient. There is no movement now because other events and things need to unfold for your benefit. Acting now will cause you to lose, opportunities. The ice will eventually melt, so be patient. Okay, so maybe this is like, whatever this is that you're moving on is saying to, maybe in a few months, or you're going to know when to move forward. But you can see that this card is stillness. Like, the decision is made. Perhaps you already have your decision made, but you haven't quite chosen, which way, or, you haven't taken that step really beyond making the decision yet. So it's saying to hold off on movement right now. It's not the time to move yet. It's not the time to move on things. It's time to wait. Wait for the ice to melt. So let's see what other messages here we have for you, Sagittarius. I'm just going to shuffle these little cards around a bit. for Sagittarius. Message would like to come for Sagittarius. Okay, okay. So we got the blank card. So let's see. Sagittarius. Intention. So I think when this card comes up, sometimes, like, I think it's saying, like, it doesn't really have an answer for you right now, right? Or maybe what it is that you are thinking of doing, maybe it's not in your best interest. Depending on what the situation is, okay? And with the intention card here, it's like you made your decision. You chose, right? Because you see this little angel is about to hit that ball and set it flying into the air. So you know what course you're about to take. And then sometimes I see this as like a caution card as well, right? Especially with the ice and frost here. It's like, be cautious. You know, don't forget what you learned here. Make sure that you learn something from this situation, right? Don't be one of those people that goes through things and then doesn't learn from it. Make sure that you learn. Make sure that you are growing, like these little sprouted leaves here on the wands. Make sure that you're integrating these things that you have gone through in the past. Or maybe it is that you are longing for this place, but maybe you're focusing too much on the past and you're not learning what it is that you need to learn. So I do sometimes see this as a cautionary card. So it is saying, you know, be careful. Be careful, right? Because the ice is very slippery. Okay? And just be sure that whatever intentions you have, I do suggest that, if you know, remember that love is not about selfishness and forcing your way and of not seeing other people's points of view, right? You have to be you have to be sort of flexible. Unlike the ice and the frost, the ice is not flexible at all. So maybe there's something that you're not being maybe you're being inflexible about something. And maybe it's you inside. You know, maybe you're feeling frozen inside. And you're wondering, like, well, you know, what, this cup will never flow if you remain frozen inside and don't let yourself be warmed up, right? So just be cautious. Be careful of what intentions you're setting for yourself, for your life, for the decisions that you make. Because this new path could be, it could be difficult. You know, you could be adding more difficulty to your life than you need to. So just be careful. That's all. Make sure that your decisions are aligned with the highest good of all. And try not to be constricting, right? Because sometimes the ice, obviously, like, it takes the water and it constricts it to, obviously, a solid form. So that, to me, also talks about, like, controlling. And whatever it is that you are so tight about, whatever it is that you are so restrictive about, what this is saying is you should not be this way. You need to let go of your need to control, and you need to let yourself flow a little bit more, okay? And if there are restricting conditions in your life, something that is restricting you, maybe it's time to consider moving on from things like that so that you can feel like you're overflowing. Because remember, you only have one life to live, as far as we know, at least in this life. And life is short. So you don't want to remain your days frozen like that. You want to be able to have that freedom to flow like the water rather than be iced up like this, like these icicles here. Okay? So I hope that this message resonates with you in some way, Sagittarius. Also, remember, you are the water bear. No, you're not. You're not. Well, you're not the water bear. I'm lying. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. But, yeah, don't be frozen like this. Try to release and let go of that control a little bit. Okay? I hope this message resonates with you. And if you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you would like to subscribe to my channel, please do so. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.